G'day everybody, Duckville here. We're going to watch a game from the Korean ladder. It's going to be a bit of fun here, watching a local player from my own region of the world. Not exactly the same region, he's sort of in a different city. I don't know. We're gonna watch a ladder game between TtPiG, who is an Australian player from Sydney. He's been doing a great job on the Korean ladder recently. Has been climbing up really quite high in the ranks there, and as we can see, he's going to be playing against a very good Terran from Korea. This is Slayer's Ganji. He's going to be up here on the top right hand side of the new map for Season 6. This is Korhal Compound. This map is obviously one of the few new ones which has been added to the map pool, and of course, welcome to Season 6 for every single body out there watching. This is looking to be a very nice season in terms of the maps especially. We've gotten rid of some of those maps that a lot of people are not fans of. Of course, a lot of people, especially the Zerg players, were happy to see the end of Zelnaga Caverns. And of course, some of these newer maps, not to mention Cloud Kingdom LE, is it's just fantastic to have a community-made map in the ladder pool, and hopefully in future seasons we'll probably see some more from Blizzard actually listening to the community and putting some more community-made maps in. So it'll be really good to see. Hopefully we'll get to that point like it was in Brood War, where there were some of the more community-made maps. Because let's face it, the Blizzard has done they did a reasonable job. There were some good maps out there. Obviously, Metalopolis has survived the test of time. That has survived even to now. It's still in Season 6, and while it's not the most favourite map for some people, I know there are especially some of the big map makers in the community are actually not big fans of Metalopolis. It has survived for a while, and we're now starting to see the end of perhaps the end of the reign of Blizzard in terms of the maps, and more stuff coming out from the ESV team. They've done a great job. They've obviously got a couple of maps that have been in the GSL, and hopefully we'll see more coming out of them soon. But as we can see, Pig starting out with that quick hatchery there. He's got that started at the natural. Nice and easy to expand on this map. As we can see, both of these players just going for a very fast expand. Ganji has just a one racks expand going here. He's going to grab both the gas here, no doubt. There he goes. And then probably put up a couple of racks once he's prepared. And just to make sure that he is quite safe off the bat here, but he should be able to see very soon. Has he actually scouted? No, he hasn't. Interesting to see that he hasn't actually scouted. What he is doing at the moment is just denying Pig's drone from getting inside, but the drone is quite slippery and does get through. It's not actually going to get too far. There is a supply depot at the top of the ramp here, and he's going to just lift up that extra one just to make sure that the drone cannot get inside. But the drone has seen that the command center is already almost done here. It's over halfway done, and that's a great signal to Pig that that Ganji is just doing that standard sort of thing. So Pig's free to drone up a little bit more. We'll probably see him get a couple of queens. They're on the way now, and just continue to macro up. So, as I said, Season 6 has started. I'm pretty sure this is actually the first cast that I've done since the start of the new season. So hopefully everyone has a great season. If you want, I'm actually sort of wondering what everyone's sort of goals are for the season. It's great to have a goal for each of your StarCraft seasons, so you can sort of plan ahead and try and work on something. What is your particular goal for this season? Let me know. Post in the comments, or send something to me on Twitter. That's @DuckvilleLol. And you know, say hello and say, look, I'm trying to get to Masters, I'm trying to get to Diamond, trying to work on my fast expand builds, all that sort of thing. It's always good to see what everyone is up to this season. Me, I am going to be playing on the Korean server only this season. If you are on the Korean server, hit me up at DuckvilleLol 675, because it's quite lonely on the Korean server. There's despite what a lot of people are saying, there's actually not as many foreigners that you can see when you play against so many Koreans, and obviously the Taiwanese players as well. But it'd be, it'd be good to talk to some people while I'm laddering over there. You can also catch me laddering on Twitch, twitch.tv/DuckvilleLol as well. Back to these guys, we've got a Hellion expand here from Ganchi, he's got the reactor going. We've got a starport coming through as well. Looking a little bit like the build that, if anyone has been watching 4GG streaming, this is one of the builds which could be coming up here, which he does quite a lot, which is a Hellion expand into a Banshee, and it indeed is. So Pig's going to have to be prepared to deal with a Banshee very soon. The Hellions come out, try and control some of the map presence at the front, try and make sure that Pig does not get his creep spread out too far. They are also there to try and just knock down any lings that might be on the map, but as we can see, they have already been killed off. So Pig is going to have to be prepared for that in just a moment. There is a spine crawler at the front, as well as a little bit of a sort of a couple of buildings there to pull back the choke point and make sure it's a very small window that the Hellions have to get through. And soon we're going to see that Banshee come along. So Ganchi really powering up in his workers as well, currently up to 32, 34 now. He's got a couple of mules in action as well. Pig, meanwhile, is doing quite well with his drones as well. He's a really good macro player, so hopefully you guys can catch him on his stream as well. That's at twitch.tv/TtPiG. He's a great Zerg player, and it's really great to see an Australian player doing really well on the Korean server. But we'll see what he's up to here. He's just spreading out that creep. That's one thing which Pig does in a lot of his games, is get some really good creep spread going. Here we've got 6 Hellions out for Ganchi. He's got the Banshee there as well. Going to be able to control a lot of what is on the ground there. Going to be able to destroy any of those of the lings that come about, and also take care of any roaches that might come through as well. And it looks as if he's going to come through and try and deny the third, but the third has not been prepared here for Pig. In fact, he's going to be able to get rid of one of the creep tumors, and perhaps a second one just up to the side there as well. Even has vision on the high ground on the two creep tumors that were up there. That's a bit unfortunate for Pig. Losing a few of those, he's going to have to get the respread going. We've already got 2 of the creep tumors up here. Ganji already on the third base. He's got so much map control with these with the 6 Hellions and the Banshee that he can just take that very quickly. Now, what's Pig going to do about this? He's got a macro hatch up. We've got Bailing Speed coming through, as well as melee attacks level 1. He's only really got just a few units at the moment. I think he's just timed this out nicely, getting out the Bailing Speed. That's probably when he's going to look to move out a little bit. Ganji, meanwhile, just hanging out the front, being quite a bit annoying there with those Hellions, and is actually taking down 2 of the creep tumors. And now, here we go. Pig has decided to move out. He's just sending those lings ahead to try and capture the Hellions if he can. The Queen's coming along, taking care of the Banshee, forcing the Banshee back. He has no cloak, keeping that in mind. He's not going to be able to stick around too long when there are a couple of Queens out. Meanwhile, a Viking just scouting around. I think he may have taken out one of the Overlords, which was scouting up around here, and he's probably going to use that just to keep an eye on where all of those Overlords are. Pig, unfortunately, just a little bit supply blocked at the moment. He's got a couple... Is he? No Overlords coming out just yet, but he does have a Spire, which is going to pop in just a second, which is going to give him that Mutalisk tech, which is quite handy to use. And there we go. He is about to get some more drones on the way, and a few Overlords as well. Unfortunately, losing some of those lings when the Hellions caught up with them at the top side of the map. Meanwhile, we've got a ling just poking in to see what's going on at the front of Ganji's base. Now, Ganji has got... He's got his 4 gas up as well, which is really nice for him. He's certainly able to switch into another tech if need be, but we can see that the lings are trying to catch up with the Hellions, not getting too much done. The Banshee as well, also going to provide a lot of firepower against those units on the ground. A Queen coming along, not my baby, she says, and it forces back that Banshee for the time being. We'll see if Ganji actually brings along an SCV to repair that. We'd love to see something like that, but... at the moment, it looks as if Pig is just trying to double expand. He's taken a third base over here that's about to complete. A couple of drones just getting ready to get started on those minerals. A 4th base also on the way, just under halfway done over at this side of the map. Now, just speaking of the map, this I really do like the way this map works. It can you flow across to this 3rd base here, then you can flow across to the 4th as well, and they're in really nice positions. Of course, for a Zerg, you're able to spread across your creep really nicely, and just really get some good spread going, which Pig looks as if he is doing at the moment. Got a Queen out, putting down tumors all over the place, and a couple of active tumors in the middle of the map. Meanwhile, the muters have come out here. He's got +1 to the muter attack on the way. That's really going to help out with these muters when they're trying to dispose of some of the units on the ground. We can see a Viking just heading back. A couple of turrets are prepared at the 3rd just to make sure that the muters can't get too much damage done. He's going to put up a center tower and a turret as well. A little bit weird on the positioning here that Ganji has actually blocked off this this geyser will actually be blocked off, so he's not going to get optimal mining on that side, but not too much of a problem as long as he's prepared for the muters. And it looks as if he's even prepared at the watchtower tower here. We've got a Marine and a turret that was out here with the sensor tower, just keeping an eye on what was going on in the middle of the map. Pig easily able to take that down with this sort of small flock of mutas, and it looks as if Ganji will be coming back. He's going to get that back up again, and I really think he's really very happy about having that sensor tower here. If he can keep that up, he gets good map presence and vision across that center section where you do get a lot of the attacks coming through. As we can see, we've got big ramps across to each side here, which actually lead up towards where your opponents can make an attack. So those that is actually really nice. If you can keep the turret up here in the middle, perhaps even put down another turret, and that tower will be quite secure for just at least against some of those basic sorts of units. Ganji is getting some more damage done. There's Viking just flying around, finding overlords all over the place, and now he's going to have to deal with this Mutalisk flock, which is just coming through, about to come into existence. There it is, he's coming through, clearing up that Viking, and he should be okay against with those overlords floating around. Ganji is also going to get a drop going at the 4th base here. No real protection for Pig at the moment. He does have a few more mutas that have just popped out, so he is going to be able to come back and defend against this, but the Marines are getting a lot of damage done. They do have +2 on their weapons, so they're going to be doing quite a lot of damage. They have +1 to armor as well. Stimming up, and they are going to try and take care of this hatchery, moving back into the mineral line, denying the surface area for the Lings, and he should be able to get quite a lot of damage done. But it looks as if Ganji coming in for a counter attack on the left side of this base, setting up with a Thor, a couple of tanks, and some Marines. He's got a really decent force, but Pig coming through. Baneling's getting huge hits off there, and it looks as if Pig should be able to clean this up. The Thor getting taken down, the mutas dealing with the tanks, and then the remaining Marines going to clean up the medevacs as well, which is quite a good win there for Pig. He's done a fantastic job dealing with that attack. Some of these mutas are a little bit low on their HP, but he should be able to still deal with the rest of this, although there he is bringing out a few Lings out of that hatch. And wow, looking at that, some of the mutas going down. Not sure if that's the best course of action there for Pig, but he is able to clean it up. The attack is finally dealt with, and we'll see him probably just drone up a little bit after this. It looks as if he's going to grab some more. Banelings need those to deal with the Marines. That Ganji will probably pull out in just a second. Look at this creep spread from Pig, doing a fantastic job. He's almost up to the 4th base here of Ganji, which he is just getting started on. So he's going to try and get that creep going as fast as he can, dealing with a drop that tried to come through the middle. Perhaps not the best way to attack in with a drop, but still going to be able to try and get some more damage done. He's got another Marine force with a couple of medevacs here, trying to push down the right side of the map. If he can get in and perhaps get a snipe on this hatchery, it's only got 700 HP, so that's not too much when you're facing against Marines of the 1-2 variety. Here he goes, stimming up, running into that 4th, takes that down. Will he retreat? That'll be a big signal of what's coming along, and in fact there was another drop here from Ganji, so he'll have to deal with a double attack here. Pig now coming in from the left side. Will he be able to deal with this attack? I don't think so, losing that 4th and now the 3rd as well. Ganji is doing a great job of dealing a lot of harassment to Pig here. Pig finally getting inside with the Lings and the Blings and doing a lot of damage, taking that down. Another double drop is heading across, so we'll see if Ganji is able to get another one done. Pig needs to get these bases back up and running. He's going to need the 4th as well. He does have that on the way. Looks as if Ganji is trying to get as much security as he can. He's trying to get this push through the middle of the map. He may try and just head across to the 4th, make sure this is secure while he is doing some drop harassment here. Here come the medevacs trying to take down them with the mutas. He does get them down. The Banelings and the Lings coming in to clean up the rest, and that's pretty good stuff there from Pig. Dealing with that pretty quickly. His Spire is actually still in a bit of hurt here. He's got that quite low on HP, researching +2 at the moment. The Hive is now done. We're probably going to see some of that larger tech coming out from Pig very soon. Looks as if Ganji now sweeping across the top left-hand side. He's got a couple of tanks set up to make sure he can deny any Ling or Bling counter pushes. Meanwhile, just in the middle of the map, trying to get rid of this sensor tower. He does do that. The Lings and the Banelings now coming through as well, along with some Infestors, getting some great hits off there. And the tanks off to the side are going to be a bit of a hard component for Pig to deal with, so he's just going to head back for now. I do like that he's just going to head back, but he may catch up the tanks when they're on siege. Heading back, this is a real tug of war here as to who is going to be able to take this. One random Marine coming across, hero drones trying to deal with that. They're not going to be able to easily, but the Marine does get one kill there. Here comes Pig, splitting up the Marines beautifully is Ganji. He's got 2 Thors there. This attack is not going to go too well for Pig if he tries to push in. and he does retreat at the moment here. He's losing that fourth yet again. One of the Marines came down and denied that quite easily. The Mutas now, with their +2, are going to be doing quite a lot of damage with their glaive worm attacks, doing that lovely little bounce as well, which is always very fun to deal with, but we'll see what Ganji is going to do. He's really kicking up this Marine production here. Just having a look back in his base, we've got 4 racks with reactors. We've got an extra one as well. The upgrades are still coming along from Ganji. He's actually getting the high-sec auto tracking along with +3 to armor, +3 to weapons is already done. These Marines are going to be doing a great deal of damage, and now the one thing I'm a little bit worried about with this push is that the tanks are a little bit far behind. I'm not sure why he's pushing so far ahead, but here comes Pig. We've got a multi-front attack here. The tanks at the back are trying to deal with as much of the ground force as they can. Beautiful splits from Ganji, dealing with the blinks as best as he can, but there is so much here from Pig. The tanks have been cleaned up, and so have those Marines as well. So Ganji losing that attack force, perhaps attacking a little bit too far with those Marines, pushing them a bit too far in front, but he is coming through with another attack yet again. This creep spread from Pig is just absolutely immaculate here, spreading through the middle, now across to the side as well, and he can see all of these drops that are coming through. I think Ganji is just aware that he's got no real way of actually getting inside without being spotted, so he's just going to come straight through. He just came straight through the middle to try and get through with that attack, and he is inside the main now. Another attack on the right-hand side. Ganji doing his best to try and stop the fourth of a Pig here, and he should be able to get it before it gets done, although the links and the blinks come across. Now there is that attack inside the main. It did come through and did take care of the infestation pit, so Ganji doing a great job with his harassment. Of course, that's pretty much a signature of these Korean Terrans, is that they have just a fantastic multitasking here, and Ganji still waiting to see if he's going to make any switches with his tech. I don't think he is. He spent a lot getting the 3-3 on those Marines. In fact, the armor is just near completion here. He's also getting +2 to the vehicle weapons as well, which is going to make the tanks very, very deadly when he's pushing through with these, and he is indeed coming through again. Going to probably set up this tank in just a second to make sure he has zone control over this section here, and then try and get through with that attack, grabbing a couple of the Marines, splitting them up, and here we go. We'll find out what Pig is going to do. He's going to have to deal with quite a lot here. Where is is that actually done? No, it's not. We don't have a Great Aspire just yet. He's getting another infestation pit. Just sort of waiting to see if that higher tech is going to come out of Pig. But Ganji splitting up the Marines, doing a great job here. He's trying to deny some of these Overlords with the Thors. They should be able to clean up the rest of those, and they will indeed. And here comes an attack from Pig, not getting too far inside the main. There is so much protection here. We've got a couple of racks. There's a randomly placed orbital command there, which is helping to choke up that position. And now attacking into the third base of Pig is Ganji. He's going to be able to get rid of this Queen, no doubt about that. We have no creep spread between this section here. A little bit weird from Pig, but either way, he should be able to deal with this attack if he can just get the Lings inside. But the problem is, the tanks on the high ground are going to be able to splash damage against those Lings, and they do indeed. The few Marines are going to have to stim back and be very, very careful. Here they are, and a couple of Baneling landmines are set out here for Pig. If he can get some good hits, he could claw his way back into this. I'm just still absolutely sort of flabbergasted at the creep spread from Pig. It's just absolutely awesome. Just waiting for some more Infestors to pop out. He knows that he really will need to get some good Fungals down if he wants to deal with these Marines. And here come the Mutas and those Fungals, taking care of some of the Marines, but there's still a few out there, and they are still going to be coming back, waiting just to see if Ganji is going to run over these landmines here. Pig, as we can see, just keeping an eye on those Banelings here. He knows that there is something coming along. If he can get a good hit, he should be okay. But the problem is, he's now out of bases and almost out of mining. Just looking at what Pig has, and oh, just running past the Baneling landmines, just going in the just to the right of where they were. He may even oh no, that's a Ling that can't actually do much. And here he is trying to bring back the attack force. He may get a good hit off, and there it is. Pig with a great Baneling landmine there. The ghosts are still alive, of course. Not too many of those were actually hit by that, but so many Marines were taken down, and that gives Pig a nice little buffer for the time being. But the problem is, he's got basically no mining at the moment. He's still wasn't able to secure this base up to the side. The third and the fourth have been denied innumerable amount of times, and now it looks as if Ganji is trying to take care of what he can. And there it is, GGO from Pig. unable to take care of Ganji there, but brilliant work from Pig to try and get back in, but it was just not able to compete with those very awesome pushes, and as we can see, just trying to get some practice time with Ganji, and yeah, so really nice game there from these two players. You can see just how incredibly good Ganji is with the Terran units there, just using them to push quite a lot through the map, and just getting good denials on the 4th base and the 3rd, and a manner as always, the Korean Terrans having some practice with Pig after the game. We'll see if we can catch some more of those. Hope you guys enjoyed that match. Unfortunate for the Australian brother Pig, not able to come through and beat Ganji, but he gave it his best, and that's always what we like to see. As I said, give me a tweet or a comment on this video. Let me know what you're up to for this Season 6 of StarCraft 2, and we'll see what you guys are up to. And perhaps we'll try and find some replays of you guys if you want. Send them in to duckvillelol@gmail.com, and I'll try and get some of those cast. Meanwhile, if you want to see some more action from Pig, as I said, jump on his stream, and you can find him there. Does some coaching as well. Ask him about that, and I'll catch you guys next time. Cheers.